and welcome back to the Lavender Table. We're sitting here at 11 Cafe in downtown Knoxville with County Commissioner Amy Broyles. Amy Broyles, welcome back.
Thank you.
The last time we spoke, we were speaking of marriage equality. Recently, there was a Chick-fil-A action based on the CEO making his beliefs, his personal beliefs, known to the public on marriage equality. First of all, do you think a CEO should make such statements?
I don't have a problem with that. It's his company. He, built it. But I will say that I don't believe that anyone is completely self-made. You always get help from someone. And so I know there's been a lot of controversy over those kinds of statements too. But it's his company. It's not funded by taxpayer dollars, and he can make whatever statement he wants to, and people can choose to spend their money there or not.
Many people don't realize the bigger controversy behind the Chick-fil-A situation. According to reports, Chick-fil-A gave money to a religious organization who then in turn funded efforts to support a Ugandan senator who is trying to pass a law that would make it legal to kill homosexuals.
Well, first of all, wouldn't it be wonderful if this American company were spending their profits here in America and trying to improve things here at home? And secondly, that is absolutely despicable. And I will say that the first job I had in high school beyond babysitting and washing dishes after our Wednesday night fellowship meal at church was working at Chick-fil-A, the very first Chick-fil-A that opened in Chattanooga at Easttown Mall. And it was a wonderful place to work. I had some great experiences there. I look back on that time with really, really fond memories, but I'm really disappointed. I mean, our family doesn't support Chick-fil-A anymore. We don't choose to spend our dollars there. And I remember the same thing when I was in college with Domino's Pizza. You'd order a pizza from Domino's, and inside the box or taped to the top of the pizza box would be flyers advertising anti-choice rallies. And so I haven't bought a Domino's pizza in however long that's been, 25 years. And I don't spend our family doesn't spend any money to support Chick-fil-A either. And that's one of the great things about being here in America is that as consumers and citizens, we can vote not just at the ballot box, we can also vote with our dollars. And
Absolutely.
Sometimes that sends an even stronger message than voting on election day. So I feel very, very strongly that is absolutely despicable and not something that I want to be associated with.
4 years ago now, there was some very horrendous violence perpetrated against your church, the Tennessee Valley Unitarian Universalist Church in West Knoxville. Mm-hmm. And can you talk to us a little bit about that day?
Sure. That was the anniversary of that was a couple weeks ago. It was 4 years ago. And it was the day that our children were putting on their they'd had a summer musical theater camp and were putting on a performance of Annie Jr. And a deranged man came in. He had written apparently a manifesto against blaming all of his problems on liberals and gays and blacks. And it was just this hate-filled, rambling manifesto. And he came into our church with a sawed-off shotgun and a guitar case and something like 70-something rounds of ammunition and was planning to kill everyone and then commit suicide by let the cops shoot him. And things did not go as he planned. He did manage to kill 2 people and wound several others before he was taken down. But it's something that has obviously it's affected our church tremendously. It's also, it's had a very deep impact on our family. Our entire family was there that day. My stepdaughter was on stage when he came in. She was playing the role of Miss Hannigan and Annie Jr. My husband was one of the guys who took the shooter down. I was in the back of the sanctuary with our littlest, who was a couple of years old at the time, and our families kind of scattered around. It took us a while to kind of find each other once we all got outside, and it's something that will always, you never get over anything like that, but you learn to incorporate it and it becomes part of your life story. And I'm not ashamed to say that I'm still affected by it. There are still very difficult moments that I have as an individual and as a parent. It still affects my children. But you do heal and you do go on. And like I said, it becomes part of your life story. But it's something that is always going to be, it's always going to be there in your past. And anytime there is another violent episode like this, like the anniversary, this year was the 4th year anniversary of the shooting in our church, was kind of sandwiched between the shooting in Aurora, Colorado at the Batman premiere and the shooting at the Sikh temple in Wisconsin. And so it's been emotionally and psychologically, it's been a very difficult time for me to kind of have to deal with all of that together. It's made it a really difficult couple of weeks. And every year I really struggle with having this anniversary come by and wanting to acknowledge it but not let it drag me down or drag us down as a family. And so what I try to do is take some time and let the people that are in my life know how much I love them and how grateful I am for their presence in my life. And what I've discovered is that every year, the list of people that I reach out to during that week has gotten longer and longer. And it's taken me more than one day to be able to get to everybody. And so for me, that's such a joyous and life-affirming way to make it through that anniversary week, where I'm just contacting everybody, and saying, hey, I love you. I'm so glad you're in my life. Thanks for being my friend. And that's what helps me get through that.
How do you believe that event affected the city?
I think, well, for one thing, and there are some positive things that have come from this. One is that a lot of people who were looking for an accepting spiritual home and were not aware of TDUC found us. And so we have new people in our congregation who I think feel good about being there, and we're certainly thrilled to have them as members and friends. It's made our congregation stronger, and I think it's made people more aware of the strength of the gay, lesbian, bisexual community in Knoxville. It made us even more open, I think, as a community, and it made the lesbians and gays and bisexuals and transgendered individuals, it made them more out, I guess, and I think that's been a really good thing.
Yes. I'd like to thank County Commissioner Amy Broyles for coming in and sitting down with the Lavender Table and sharing her views, her memories, and especially her friendship, because it's really good to reconnect and visit again.
Yes, it is.
Thank you for joining us. This is Gary Elgin with County Commissioner Amy Broyles. Let's keep the conversation going.